We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of his first half of action. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
On third down, Elliott. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So on fourth down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Maher is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Following the interception, here's Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 28 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And that one will give them the lead here as we approach halftime. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Murray. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Six man. Check girls, check girls.
Here's Murray from midfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
This time they'll just keep this on the ground. Still on his feet. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They're on 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On third down, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. 12 yards there and a first down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10, Elliott. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott, blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3rd and long for Prescott. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott, complete to Jason Witten. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. A first down throw for Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. A first down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Here's Murray back near his goal line. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Murray to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to Johnson again. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
To throw is Murray. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say adios from Mexico City.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.